Not so stiff, Devin.
Sorry.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to It's Happening Now. Today, we've got an amazing show for you. Up above me, we have my co-hosts up here. We got Chris.
What up? What up?
To his right, we have Greg.
Hello.
Below him, we have Scott.
Hello, everybody.
And I'm Devin, and I'll be hosting today. Things got pretty heated today over in court as Michael Cohen went and testified. It got a little bit
spicy
there. Yes, it did. Honestly, I listened to a lot of it. It seems like things are not going particularly well for Trump, but there was an admission from Michael Cohen that he did pay things directly from his own pocket. So we'll get into that. But first, we're going to go ahead and start off with the story of the UN accepting Palestine as a official nation. Technically, it wasn't officially recognized. There was a vote that was done in good faith. We'll read this here. A total of 143 of the 193 member countries of the United Nations recognized on Friday that Palestine met the necessary criteria to join the organization and granted it new rights as an observer member. 9 countries, including the U.S. and Israel, voted against, and 25 abstained.
This is terrible numbers.
So there's more to this, and I'll get more into this in a minute. But the question is what do you guys think about this current vote? And do you guys think that Palestine should be recognized as a nation? Go ahead with you, Chris.
Greg, you go ahead.
All right. Okay. He said Chris, and then you said Greg.
I'm sorry, but
I'm the
Greg
host.
is technically the
I'm
next
the host.
one in order, so.
I'm the leader.
Okay. Hey,
Birdie.
sorry.
He's the dictator. He's the dictator. Get rid of him.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'll go first since I'm right above, and then we'll just go around the way the stream's set up. Okay. So with Palestine becoming recognized as a nation, I mean, me personally, I don't care. You know what I mean? Whether they do it or not, of course, the United States and Israel went against it, but the United States going against it kind of surprises me a little bit because they were kind of at Israel's throat, about a week ago, telling them to ceasefire and all that, weren't they? Something along those lines. Yeah, something along those lines.
Specifically, I believe that it was more of a follow along with what the UN Council had agreed to, which was ceasefires and please stop the fighting and et cetera, so on and so forth. So,
and I agree with that to an extent. If they're also going to stop. The problem with the Gaza and the Hamas and all that is the second you say, okay, we'll stop. Well, they just surprise attack them and start killing people again. And then Israel has no choice but to defend itself again. I mean, the attack all this is all about, like what started all this was unprovoked. You know what I mean? It was an attack on innocent people. And with that, what do you think, Greg?
A normal war between two countries usually is over territorial disputes, land disputes, i.e. shipping routes, trading differences, and various, military aggression. We don't like you putting your troops on our border. We don't like the base in this country. Normal, every day I'm going to blow you up type crap. This is ideology. Right? This is faith driven. The Palestinians, mostly Islamists, and they are what you would call extreme Islamists. They are trained from a young age to kill Jews, kill Jews, kill Jews. They believe that their Messiah is trapped under the Golden Dome in Jerusalem, and when it's blown up, he will be released. I mean, the Ayatollahs of Iran said they want to nuke Israel, blow up the Golden Dome, and build a highway so he can travel straight to Tehran. This is pure ideology, and it's never going to stop until it's forced to stop. And that I hate to say it, it's been going on for thousands of years. It's not going to stop anytime soon. It's going to be our children's problem eventually, or they're going to blow up the whole world. America is doing what America does best, and they're playing both sides of the conflict. We'll give you tanks, we'll give you guns, we'll build a pier here. They built that pier knowing that Palestinians are going to shoot at American soldiers so they can be sucked into this war. Because war makes money for the shareholders of our military complex.
Yeah.
So,
I identify as a marshmallow man.
Sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
holy hell, Greg, you're killing me, bro.
It's been
So, I guess I'm up next. Again, like most things, I'm on the fence. There's a part of me that says, sure, let the whole world be under one military and kind of help stop the conflicts between countries and so forth. But there's something about this feels wrong. You know what I mean? It like Greg said, is we're funding both sides. That sounds about right to me. And it's a war that's been going on longer than any of us have been. All of us together have been around. You know what I mean? If you added all our ages together, this conflict's been going on for so long. So part of me wants to say, leave it alone. Let them fight their own battles. If it wages 100 years, fine. If it wages 10 years and everybody's dead, fine. Let it work itself out. But then the other part of me, says maybe there should be somebody to mediate a little bit to help save lives. So I don't know. I'm honestly on the fence about this one.
I have to say, just let them kill each other, because we're just going to be here. We tried the 2-state solution after World War II, and they try to kill each other. We've tried every possible nation building in these Middle East countries, and it never works. It's just the way it goes.
Right.
So, I mean, what are we going to do? Oh, crap, reverse. It's back on you.
Reverse, more reverse.
It's
I had a feeling you were going that way with it.
You're not wrong. I mean, we continuously fight these or fund both sides of these wars. It's not just here. We're also doing it now in Venezuela. We're sanctioning Venezuela. I mean, I can't remember what country we're supposed to be protecting. It's a weird name.
Who the hell knows anymore? Right. I mean,
yeah, it just gets so old, man, that we are nonstop funding both sides of a war. Right. Now they're saying that we're going to have energy. What does this mean for energy? Because we sanctioned Venezuela. And it's like, so you're telling me my gas prices are going to go up some more?
Right.
It's the same thing we did with Russia. Remember what we did with Russia? Well, Russia and Ukraine are in a fucking little fight. So
watch the F-bombs.
Yeah,
too.
I know, but so the gas price thing makes me mad because
I get it. I spent a bunch of money fueling up my truck today. So I get it. I understand, but
But what I mean is we don't buy that much oil from Russia, gasoline, any of that. Like, so why did our gas prices get hit so hard? Because all of a sudden we cut Russia out.
We stopped drilling. Lots of stopping and drilling.
Yeah.
Well, that's the real
I
reason.
think a lot of it
but
is political. I think it's a political
But
move.
Moving back from that, because that's
if I grow corn, that corn to me cost is minimal. If I buy corn, my cost to me is high.
Right.
We stopped growing our own corn, and now we want to buy it from around the world from turmoiled countries.
Right. i.e. drilling for oil. There you go.
All right, back from that, because that's still American politics. I want to further go into this story here. This is Malaysia. The Malaysian representative who went in on Israel.
He looks like a sleeping baby.
He does kind of.
Beyond doubt, proven itself worthy of membership of this organization. In contrast,
turn that up just
Israel
a little,
continues
Gavin,
to breach international law, defy UN resolutions, as well as vilify and malign the United Nations and its officials. Israel's actions, which each passing day inevitably raise our doubts if it actually believes in the UN system and values its membership in this organization. The offensive gimmick of shredding the UN Charter we witnessed in this chamber last Friday is just another example of Israel's utter disrespect of the United Nations. The carnage in Gaza must stop. The international community must demand proper accountability processes, starting with thorough, transparent, and independent international investigations on all breaches of international law, including possible acts of war crime and genocide in Gaza. The fundamental United Nations founding principle of equality among nations must be extended to the state of Palestine.
I now give the floor to the
Okay. So he goes on to explain more how.
Wait, real quick, who was that guy for our
that
viewers?
That was the
Malaysian
representative from Malaysia. I'm not
Okay.
entirely
Yeah.
sure if that was the prime minister or who was. I'm not
Somebody
entirely
of some
positive,
right?
but nonetheless, that was Malaysia's. What did I just say?
representative.
Representative. Thank you very much. So he does
Yep.
go on to say more, and he does say that there have been a ton of deaths in Gaza. He says specifically there have been the deaths of around 50,000 children and 10,000 women.
No,
Yeah.
wow.
Whose fault is
Which
that?
is, well, what do you mean whose fault it is? I understand that, yes, they did attack, but nonetheless, there has to be what we would call a adequate
Culpability.
show of force. And if you
Well-
decide to just attack areas that are just directly civilian, you will have these casualties. And I do believe that that is considered in a lot of ways a war crime. If this
Not when the
if
enemy
UN
is hiding
in-
behind them.
Yes. And
but if
And,
the
and
UN
hold on,
if
and the citizens allow it to happen. Like they cry and moan and complain. And yes, any deaths are sad, and there are always going to be casualties of war. You know, I mean, I don't like to see women and children get hurt, but
I don't like to see anybody.
when they're intentionally hiding these people, well, I mean, at what point can you cry? Can you cry like it's not fair?
Okay, so
when
here's
you-
the
when you're
question:
hiding
how
them.
many
Yeah.
how many people died in the Israeli attack in the attack against Israel?
I don't
9,000.
remember.
Now,
Was it 5,000?
How many?
Hold Well, let's go around the horn.
2,000?
Chris, do you have anything else to add to that?
Well, then after 2,000 deaths, that's how many?
all right,
Right,
now,
well-
okay, hold on.
ahead,
Before we keep talking, I want to put this up.
Please don't shift gears. Let's stay on this topic for a
UN
second.
reduces estimated number of women, children killed in Gaza by half, blames arrow on fog of war. Now it says that they said it was 14,500 children and what was it, 9,500 women.
He said
They've have that
50,000.
They said
4,000.
50,000.
This is as of today.
Right.
From the UN, and I revised it. 4,959 women and 7,797 children have lost
Maybe
their
it was
lives.
15,000. I might have misheard that. It
Yeah.
would have been 15,000.
So
Sense.
now, that being said, I'm sorry, but Gaza hides weapons, the Palestinians, Hamas, not Palestinians. I mean, not all Palestinians are Hamas. Can't
Right.
say it. Even if it's only two people, it's not all. Let's be
Right.
proper. They hide their weapons in hospitals, in schools,
Mhm.
in apartment buildings. They
Right.
hide. The terrorists hide amongst the civilians because they want to win a propaganda war. They want to go shoot up everybody and then hide in the city. And then when you bomb them to kill them and you kill some children, they say, look, war crimes that kill children. They killed 5,000 children, not by bombing, not by accident. They
7,500.
flew in.
No, he's talking about Israel. When they attacked Israel, they killed,
flew in on paragliders
massacred.
and massacred 5,000 people, and then
Mhm.
took some back, raped them, tortured them, and then behead them. I mean, these are savages. I don't care what you say. They deserved what they had coming.
Sure.
If
Right.
the Palestinian people didn't support Hamas, they'd point them out and kick them out, but they support them.
I
So-
understand.
And that's what I was saying. They hide them, and it would be like something crazy happened over here, and us hiding them, and then wondering why we're being attacked. No, you know
Yeah.
why you're being attacked. You're hiding. You're intentionally hiding these people,
Yeah.
allowing them to hide behind you, and then when something bad comes along, you're like, "Oh no, what happened? Why'd you do that?" It's like,
Yeah.
well, we're trying to get them, but you're in the way. So what you should do, if you know it's an active war zone, you should move.
Yeah.
Get out the way. You know what I mean? But instead, like Greg said, it's a propaganda war.
Yep.
And they want you to look at it, and they want the world to see And they want to sit there and cry about what's going on. It's like, well, then just move, get out the way. Point them out and be like, that's them. Get them out of here if you don't want that stuff going on in your country,
but nonetheless,
or state or city or whatever.
We're at 12,500 deaths of civilians. There has been more than enough carnage shed, more than enough, and the UN has directly made it clear. And I do agree with the UN. I do agree with Malaysia in this instance that the UN has made it clear that Israel needs to stop. And if we are going to have any respect for the UN, which I don't entirely,
I don't have any
agree with respect for the UN, but if we don't have respect for the UN, then every country needs to get out of everybody else's business, and we all just need to screw off.
Yeah, we should.
Case, let's make that clear that the UN no longer has any hold.
It's like what Greg said just a little bit ago. Just let them fight it out, get it over with. Let what happens, and then after carnage is, everything is settled, figure it out. Because like what is going on over there is just like what was going on over there in Afghanistan. You're sitting there driving a Humvee through. There's a kid over there, and then he throws a grenade at you. You know what I mean? And then it's like, oh, they killed a kid. Your kid threw a grenade at me. You know what I mean? Like, what do you expect?
Well, that was like
you can't use your kids and your citizens as falter and then be mad when something like that happens. It's a sad thing that they use those people like that, man. Not every place is America. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous in a lot of these other countries where they just
I'm too
those lives don't matter type stuff.
I mean, one part of me says don't hurt or kill the innocent women and children, because for the most part they really are innocent.
Agreed.
But the other part of me agrees with you guys, and it's like, look, if these people are just using savage tactics, I'm a little dictatorship in this sense. I say you send in special forces, you take them out, period. You eliminate the problem. End of story.
World War II.
Nobody survives. I mean, nobody that's doing bad survives. That's my opinion.
World War II, 50 to 56 million people, all right, died. Military and civilians died in World War II. All right, another 19 to 28 million deaths from war-related diseases and famine. World War II. All right. Now, since February 24, 2022, 10,582 people have died, civilians, in Ukraine-Russia conflict. Do you hear that on the news?
I'm sorry, say that again. What was
10,582 civilians in Ukraine have died. Is the UN standing up against that? Is the UN calling foul? Should they stop shooting? Are they calling for stop? No, you don't hear not a thing about that.
You're right. A lot of these wars now are all propaganda, and we need to, if we're going to fight a war, we need to fight the war and not do the propaganda.
For Satan to rule earth, the prophecy says Jerusalem must fall. All right. Now, I don't know if the Jews are Satan or if Palestinian are Satan or if the grandma down the street Satan. Nobody knows. But in the Bible, the prophecy, when Jerusalem falls, will be the beginning of the end times.
Or, look, or the kid down the street named Damien might be Satan. We don't know, but,
the media tells you what to be outraged about, and they're telling you to be outraged about the Palestinians when you probably shouldn't be.
You know what I'm hearing here, other than, I mean, yes, obviously we need a little bit of reform with what we do with our militaries, but I'm hearing let's not listen to any of the mainstream media is what I'm hearing. Because they're all going to lie to you.
We've known that for a little while.
They're corporations.
You're right. Either they're going to lie to you straight to your face, or two, they're just not going to tell you the truth. Either way, it's a lie. You know what I mean? So,
speaking of lies that are being uncovered, let's go ahead and switch gears into our next story. We're going to go ahead. Thank you very much. We're going to go ahead and talk about President Trump and Michael Cohen's testimony against him. It was an interesting day. Michael Cohen went into a lot of things. He did say that there was multiple payments made by Trump made to 3 different alleged affairs in order to keep them quiet.
You want me to pull that story
before the election? Sure. If you want to go ahead and bring up that story, that'd be great.
You got a video for us, Greg?
There is no video.
And during one of those, Michael Cohen does admit that he took out a, what was it?
$130,000 home equity loan.
Home equity loan line of credit in order to pay off Stormy Daniels. Now, this is important because what they're saying is not that he is the one that gave, that he didn't directly give that money. What they are saying the felony accounts for, if you want to go, I'm going to go ahead and bring this up to the stage so that people understand what exactly he's being charged with. The felony accounts are for every single payment he made to Michael Cohen in order, in legal fees, in order to pay off the money that he took out on that home equity line of credit. As you can see, that is done there. Each and every single payment.
Can you click on that image and make it bigger?
Yeah, can you make it bigger?
Let me see if I can. I can just zoom it in here. Is that
I'll
better?
help.
Yeah, that's better. That's
I'll do
better.
that. There we
Okay,
go.
so it's 70,000 and 35,000 each consecutively afterwards from Donald Trump's personal accounts.
That is a lot
in
more
order to
than
$130,000.
it's 34 consecutive payments.
And did you say it's out of his personal account?
This is out of Donald Trump's personal account. Yeah,
That's no crime. Then he said he fudged business records.
That's like 420,000, ain't it?
revocable
1, 2,
trust.
3, 4, 5, 6,
Wait, hold on. I'm
9, 10,
confused.
that's
I thought you said it was
350.
out of
400.
Michael Cohen's
No, look,
personal.
right
No,
here.
directly
Got it.
to Michael Cohen, hidden
Okay.
under
Look, 70,000 and count 4 is 70,000. That's 140,000.
Well, I'm saying that the 35,000 is there's 10 of them, so that's 350 grand right there. Plus that's 420,000 right there on the top one.
So it's 35,000 each month, basically, because
Yeah,
it's
so
70,000
10 months.
January. So it's 12 months, 35,000 times
350,000. That's $700,000 plus another
That's a lot of
140. I mean, that's a lot more than 130,000.
30,000.
Well,
Right.
there's supposedly, according to him, 3 different people that he put hush money out to.
And then there's
Wait.
these.
Wait. Hold on. Stop right there for a second. 3 different people that got hush money. Who are these other 2 people?
Megan, somebody. The name is escaping me.
Now, look, I've said it before. I'll say it again. I'm a fan of Trump, but what is he doing that he needs to pay off all these people for hush money?
According to Michael Cohen, if you listen to the witness to this testimony, he said that it specifically was because it was right after the
It's 2006.
Access Hollywood. No, it was after the Access Hollywood tape that came out, and he didn't want these stories to leak because it would damage his
Reputation
with the women right before the election. So that is the reason why he made these things disappear using Michael Cohen. And
now
this is corroborated. This is a corroborated story with multiple witnesses.
Now
I understand.
Let's remember this.
Oh, go ahead.
Cohen is a serial liar. A judge called him a serial liar.
Right.
Sure.
So once you're found a serial liar, nothing you say in court is pretty much admissible.
But nonetheless, it was testimony that was directly corroborated by every single person that had so far testified in that case.
Well, but that's not hard. Look at that one woman that accused him of rape. Do you think she actually raped anybody?
Yeah,
he raped her. She couldn't even. She said the dress she was wearing. I mean, I want you to look at this. So the crime, okay, is that around the alleged falsification of business records. If he paid out of his personal account, there's no falsification of business records.
Right.
Not all.
Well, he did.
And
No
not only
crime.
that, I don't understand. Look, I could understand if like the fake rape charge. You know what I mean? Yeah, people should know if you was doing stuff like that. But if you put you know what I mean, if you sleeping with a couple women, man, I don't care. Do y'all care? Does anybody care?
Your personal life is your business.
No, I don't like it when a person tries to hide things, though. That I don't like.
You don't hide anything in life.
Yeah.
You let everybody
all
know
hide
everything
stuff.
about your personal life.
Yeah. When you go to the bar and you sleep with the chick that you really didn't want to sleep with, man, you don't come out the next day and tell everybody. You're like,
Well, you don't have anybody to know. Don't do
I can't
it.
believe I did that.
Look, hold on.
look. You have private life and public life.
Right.
Right.
I understand that, but once
Here's the thing: as long as what you do in your private life,
Doesn't
is
conflict.
consensual and legal, that's nobody
that's
else's
fair.
business.
Right.
It sure is.
Nobody else's business. I don't care if you're the Pope. I don't care if you're the president. I don't care what you are. As long as it's consensual and legal, that's not my business.
I don't care.
That's not what this is about. This is not, in all actuality, this legal trial will fail miserably. But nonetheless, the point of this is to throw shade on Trump. It's to release this
election
on Trump. And it is nonetheless. I agree with you. Yes, it's election interference. I agree that this is a trial that's done out of spite and hatred. But nonetheless, why'd you have to lie? He didn't have to lie.
He didn't lie.
He didn't lie.
Let it come out. Just let it come out. Just let it happen.
He didn't lie. He just paid him not to say anything. He paid non-disclosure.
You know when he paid
time, guys. One at a time.
All right. Look, an NDA is perfectly legal. It happens all the time.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. If it was a bad thing, they wouldn't exist. All right. So he does something, whether he did it or not. She even signed a piece of paper saying it never happened. Her official statement. So who's lying now and who's telling the truth?
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. Yeah, Chris,
that's what I was saying is I don't care who he sleeps with. I don't care who he had an NDA with. That's his personal business. I don't care. I don't see this as being, hey, he lied. He just, hey, instead of this getting out, I go to you and say, hey, I'm gonna pay you this money. You sign this. It's a binding contract, and I don't care if you did that. Like I said, man, not everybody wants to know that you slept with the fat chick at the bar. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, look, I get
nothing against fat girls
on a moral level. On a moral level,
After's a fat girl.
Look,
I'm a fat girl.
Trump's
identify as a fat girl.
So on a moral level, I get it. If he's sleeping around, it's not cool. I get that. But in my opinion, that's between him and his wife and his whatever.
You know,
but how he's running the country is what concerns me. If he's in charge, that's what concerns me. And
your public life and your public life and your private life is two different entities.
Right.
I have more of a problem with these women coming out about it when they sign a contract. You know, what I mean, that's a binding contract. And if you agree, he didn't like. Now he's not saying it's not saying he did anything wrong. If he did something wrong, like Scott said, legal, consensual, they signed a contract. I got more of a problem with them coming out and against their contract. Than I mean, I have nothing against what Trump did. He wants to sleep with some women. He sleeps with women. I don't care. He's a billionaire. He can sleep with whoever he wants.
This isn't going to pass.
Sleep with a dolphin. I want to care.
They just want these people to sit on a stage and be able to say what they want to say, do what they want to do, so that goes out in the media, even though there's no crime here. This is lawfare at its worst, and the people that are putting on this production, they're the ones who should be arrested and jailed. This is not what the American legal system is about.
Right. It's like you said, it's them using the legal system against
Go ahead.
them.
What do you think about this whole thing? What's your stance?
I mean, again, in my opinion, I really don't think any of us would have not voted for him if we found out any of this stuff was true, because in all actuality, none of us give a crap. I mean, unless you only care about the, I don't know, alleged things that people do and they're free to do them, which I don't understand why you would when you're thinking about a country, but this is America, and this is how America functions now, where we're all about, oh my gosh, what's that celebrity doing? And we're taking little pictures and we care whether or not they use red or black toenail. It's stupidity at its finest. I agree with you, but nonetheless, I don't like it when anyone lies. I really don't. I don't like it when you try to hide information from me, because the minute that you try to hide information from me, I can't trust anything you do from now on. I can't trust a single thing.
But you've already convicted him.
Well,
I've never convicted him. I just
hold on.
Go ahead.
Hold on a second. What you just said there, though, like if you were running for office, Devin, would you come out and say every bad thing you ever did, every woman you've ever slept with? Like you wouldn't do that, right?
I would accept it as being the way that it was. Yes, I did that. I am not ashamed. I'm a human being just like everyone else.
I'm pretty honest.
If you don't, you're a liar.
It is different.
It's none of their business.
Yes, it's none of their business.
It is their business now.
No.
Hold
No,
on.
it's
No,
because
hold
your
on.
public office doesn't mean it's your business.
Hold on.
How is that?
Yeah,
It's your business. Okay.
Yes.
It's your business. What Katy Perry does in her bedroom?
No.
But in
No.
America now, when
It
you are
doesn't
going to be
matter.
president, everything.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. Look,
I'm
so
sorry,
look,
it does.
look
It just
personally,
does
I don't think it's right that if he cheated on his wife, I don't know if, but if, let's say he did it.
Sounds like
Morally,
None of my
I don't
business.
think that's correct. Okay, that's not cool. But again, I don't care as long as he's doing
Nobody
right
does.
by the
I do.
general
Look,
people.
and
That's
here's
between
the
him
thing-
and his wife. That's
Here's the
between
thing,
them.
what you
All right.
said, Devin. Here's the thing that you said that I just can't understand why. And you're not wrong that America is like this now, but it makes no sense because what that man does in his bedroom, in his personal life, is none of y'all's business.
No,
it's none of our
What he was
business.
doing wasn't in his own bedroom because that's.
I don't care.
Or
I don't care
wherever.
if
It's
he,
still
dude.
his
I don't care if he
personal
was in.
life, right.
I don't care if he was in the cemetery. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care what he was
Look,
doing.
This I don't know where the president has to be higher up than the
Right.
has
Nah,
to
it
be
makes
better
no
than
sense.
It's been around
Jesus.
for a while. It's been around for a while.
No, it hasn't.
It kind
No,
of.
Not to
Kennedy
this
slept with
extent.
Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was sneaking. He was
cares.
Him
sneaking
and
her.
his brother. Him and his brother both
Yeah,
slept with
Trump
her.
or I mean Clinton got a BJ from Monica Lewinsky. Nobody cared.
Yeah,
They cared
right.
that
Nobody
he lied.
cares. The
Yeah.
only thing they care
Perjury.
about is he lied. That's the only
Nobody
thing they care
Right,
about.
and
He
no
lied
one
about it.
cares about whether or not Trump slept with these three women. What we care about is the fact that he hid it.
Why? It doesn't matter.
don't
It's none of our
care.
business.
I care.
I don't
I
care.
I
Why do
care.
you care?
I
Okay.
care because
I
I don't
don't-
want my politicians to lie or deceive me.
Oh, then you better move to Mars because you live
we
on the
need
wrong
to
planet.
stop
Everybody
having
lies and
politicians.
deceives
That we need to
everybody.
do. We need to stop having liars
right.
in the White House
Look,
I want to
I
ask.
shouldn't.
and in Congress at all. No more.
Don't do it,
liars.
Chris. Don't
Ever.
do
I
it.
shouldn't look. I shouldn't
Right.
have to come out
Don't do it.
and tell everybody if I'm running for governor or president or whatever. I shouldn't have to go out and tell you my whole personal life and everything
don't.
I've ever done. It's none of y'all. It's nobody's business what I've done in my personal life. As long as I'm running the country right,
Right.
then nobody should care.
You don't, but if somebody finds out, then you should just
Correct.
accept that somebody found out and try to make the best of it. Don't try
I would
to cover
say-
it up. Don't try to lie about
wouldn't-
it. Just
I
Look,
agree
get
with
in
that.
line,
Look,
take
if it
it
comes
on the
out,
chest,
then
man.
admit
Look,
to it. Be like,
here's
look,
here's
I'm
what I
human, I
would-
made mistakes.
Look,
you know.
Here's what I wouldn't even say that. Here's what I would do if somebody came out and was like, "We heard that you did this. You slept with this woman over here." I'd be like, "Hey, none of your business what I did in my bedroom."
That's an acceptable.
That's it. That's
statement.
it. That's exactly what
I
I would
agree
say.
with
Like,
that.
it's none of your business
agree with
who
that.
I sleep with. Period. Like, that makes no sense. I don't
No,
understand why
right.
America has come to that where everybody thinks they have to
Right.
know everybody's business.
Nobody
Right.
knows
That's the
what's
way that it is now.
nobody knows what's true. But before we get out of here, I want to ask people to answer this in the comments. Is this really Bigfoot that a drone captured?
God.
Oh,
Seriously.
Greg, you're killing me, bro. No, let's save that for later.
No, is it? Is
Come
that
on,
Bigfoot
bro?
on that drone?
I don't
Dude.
know, maybe, but let's
Dude, I
save
know-
that for Fun
That's-
Friday or something.
Hold on. That's my uncle. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Wait, that's my Uncle
Scott.
Cedal. No.
I mean, is it? I'm asking the audience. Comment. Let us know. Let us know if that's really
Comment.
Bigfoot.
Well, maybe we'll talk about it Friday. Let us know what you think. I mean,
Maybe.
it's a little compelling. I'll give you that. It's compelling.
Well,
That's a
see, now
big-
if I had a drone and I
that's a
was,
big
I would
dude.
fly right down there and be like, "What up, bro?" You know. What I mean?
It'd probably tear it to pieces. You never see it again.
But you would have the evidence because it's recorded, and so you would already be
Right.
like, "Hey, Bigfoot," and then you can go to Oklahoma and you can collect that reward.
With
I agree, it's
that,
not-
Devin,
because
take us
Bigfoot
out, bro,
Palace.
please.
But nonetheless, thank you very much, everybody, for joining us tonight. Please like, subscribe, and share if you've already watched the end of it, which I'm sure if you have, you already have done so. With that, everybody, thank you very much, and we're gonna get out of here.
good night.
Peace
God
out.
bless.
You
See
guys have
tomorrow.
a good night. Roll that footage, Greg. There you
See you
go.
tomorrow.